here like Russell, Wilt, Pettit, Kareem, Dr. J, Magic, Bird, MJ, Kobe, LeBron, KD, Steph.
All right.
Woo.
And you gonna make your mark tonight?
I'm gonna just take it one step at a time.
And what's the next step?
I'm gonna do a little something special early in the game. Just for them.
You trying to get the fans on your side in New York?
Not these fans. I mean, these are diehards. I want to take them out of the game, bro. First step to winning in this building is making the game 5-on-5, not 5 on 20,000. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Greg, tonight's game counting as an NBA Cup tournament game for these teams. And this will be the fourth for both of them in the group stage portion.
And these sides have had vastly different experiences so far. Undefeated versus a team that's yet to get a win in group. Anything can happen in group play, however, so you can't take this game for granted.
Well, not too long ago, MP has been very outspoken about them needing to win on the road. He feels like that's the ultimate test of this team. That if they can do that, they can pretty much do anything.
Well, so far they've done what they set out to do. When you're at home, you have all the daily distractions of your life. Everyone else has the same thing. But when you're traveling together, sometimes that forges a strong bond, and this team has that largely because of MP.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. Okoro out there with Buzelis. Then it's Harden. Then it's Mark Williams. And it's MP in at the 2. Second-round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Here's Towns, following the basket by MP.
This is why Mark Williams is out there. Control that painted area.
And the basket by MP.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Here's Brunson. Rebound by Williams. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
That was their first miss of the game. 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
Brunson, Williams with the block.
Well, you can count on Mark Williams to hold his ground defensively. You are not getting that over him.
Back to MP. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
For New York, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And stolen by MP. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Pelicans really lit up the floor. He dropped 50 points, and he made a significant contribution from beyond the arc, as usual. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Thanks, as always, Allie, for that great report. Great, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Zaire Williams, he's checked in for New York. Miles McBride comes in for Mikal Bridges. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Andre Drummond's checked in for Mark Williams. Williams comes in for Bruce Ellis. Smith checked in for Isaac Okoro. And it's White in for James Harden. And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations, so many great veterans to learn from, and a Hall of Fame coach.
And that one's good. Brunson.
Generously listed as 6'1", Jalen Brunson knows his way around the inside and painted area. Look out.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Towns. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to McBride. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And so, MV will bring it up for Chicago. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
What an absolute joy to watch. This team is playing a beautiful brand of basketball right now. Everything about it. The athleticism, the basketball skill, the intelligence, the heart, the toughness, the commitment. These guys have been extraordinary.
Got that one up quick. And that's 15 points for MP.
Wow, MP in the catch and shoot, just ready as soon as he touches the basketball.
Outside, Towns. There's 18 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Poke loose and stolen by Drummond. White the pass to MP. Lets it go from deep. And White the bucket on the assist by MP. White's got 5 now.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And so it's Chicago, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And teams making substitutions here. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Miles McBride out there with Bridges. Then it's Williams. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Houston in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
Well, we know this. Mikal Bridges has the length and hops to score inside. Nicely done.
MP, no good.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession. Towns for three.
Not much success from beyond the arc for him here. They should look to work it inside a little bit more and get some easy looks in the paint.
Zador's with his diverse offensive repertoire. Karl Anthony Towns is a matchup nightmare.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the reason being, he's right. He's one of the greatest shooting bigs in history, but the man is a great straight-line driver. Good luck checking him.
Outside, Towns. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And that one's good. MP.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's McBride. Sinks the three-pointer. McBride's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Knicks.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Back to MP. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. MP's got 5 points now this quarter.
A taste of how competitive MP can be. He wanted to go right back at him.
Knicks trail by 21. Bridges outside. Takes a shot at the elbow, and again it's New York.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Now we'll hear from Allie Lepore, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, "No matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind." Guys?
No quit. All right, Allie, we thank you very much.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. MP is a cool customer from three. Great form from the up-and-coming player.
Here's Bridges, and there's another one for the Knicks. The Bulls leading by 22. Goes up on the wing, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And the benefit to MP being able to make that shot is it often leaves the defense at his mercy.
McBride finds Towns. Back to McBride. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. Top of the key jumper, no good. MP deciding where to go with it. Knocks down the three ball. MP's got 30 points.
This guy is on fire right now. Defense has got to step up and try to disrupt his rhythm.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Bulls. He witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days? And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Knicks.
Well, the energy.
Thanks for spending half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Buzelis out there with Isaac Okoro. Then it's MP. Then it's Harden. And it's Williams at the center position. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Pass to Okoro. MP outside. Another three for Chicago.
MP is cooking right now, and folks, this is exactly what we expected from this young man.
Brunson outside. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Brunson with another miss.
He's trying to flip the script here, but guys, he cannot find any level of consistency.
MP outside. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Doris, there aren't many players like James Harden drawing total focus from opposing defenses.
And that's appropriate, Kevin, because this guy can command one side of the ball consistently. In pick and roll action, he can be a threat as a scorer, he sets his teammates, and he can be absolutely electric on the offensive end. He is a problem.
Brunson the pass to Towns. Back to Brunson. Stolen by Okoro. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Brunson the pass to Houston. And that one, good. Houston's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, it feels like Brunson improves as a facilitator every single year.
Inside. And there's Buzelis on the assist by MP.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Back to Brunson, beyond the arc. And Okoro pulls it down.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And we talk about how long Buzelis is. There, he showcases it on the offensive glass.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Towns. Robinson Earl, the pass to Bridges. Pocket 6. A three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, big man Mark Williams finishing with authority. A little message along with that finish.
Brunson against MP. And it's Brunson missing.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit to defense for how they're playing him.
Pass to MP. On the wing, Harden from outside the arc. That shot no good. For New York, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. MP's shot is good. MP's got 44.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Bill.
Exert yourself by being disciplined.
He's checked in for Jalen Brunson. MP's checked in for Chicago.
Let's hear it for you.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Right wing. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And the three off target.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Williams. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Houston in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Fires at the elbow. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 46 points for MP.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by White. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
Down low, here's Williams, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pass to Houston. Outside, Towns. And again, it's New York.
That's the confidence of Towns. This guy, regardless of situation, believes that shot is going in.
83-43.
Dinwiddie against White. Mr. Incredible uses the glass to finish the layup. MP's got 48.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Houston passes to McBride. Hands it from downtown.
Well, you give this guy a half-decent look from distance, and he's gonna make you pay.
Here's Williams, and it's Williams throwing it down.
Yeah, if you're playing that power forward position, you overcome a lack of size with great hops.
White against Dinwiddie. And just off the cuff, Doris, what do you think is the toughest part of the season?
I mean, for me, watching these players try to perform the final 2 to 3 weeks before All-Star game, there are so many things in play. Has it been an extraordinarily difficult season where you're just simply not winning? Are you trying to incorporate perhaps a player that came over from a new trade? And then also just the focus. Everybody's mind is, ooh, I've got a week vacation here. I can't wait.
That one falls. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for MP.
This is the very definition of being in a zone. Everything the defense tried against him, he had an answer for it.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Bridges misses. And so MP will bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Smith. And here's MP for 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This team is still...
Saying we got another hour till takeoff, at least.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, man, they calling it a once-in-a-lifetime storm.
You ever notice how they use that more than they used to?
Hey, listen, I heard we're not going to get in till 4 a.m. That's if we're lucky. I don't see how y'all play games after stuff like this.
It ain't easy.
That's it. No inspirational message, nothing about mind over matter, no pain, no gain.
We're human. We're gonna be tired after sitting on this plane all night. No sleep. Being in this business means taking that tired and pushing through it. Turning that weakness into a strength.
Okay, but how?
Depends. Sometimes it slows you down, yeah, sure. But it can get you back in more of a half-court fundamentals mindset. That can get you back on track till you're ready to go full speed again.
How do you think the guys who hate flying handle this?
I mean, look at them. This is way worse for them. I mean, they just want to get it over with. Now they're sitting around thinking about it all night. Ugh.
What do you do when there's a big delay like this?
Oh, me? I sleep. You got any more questions, bro?
Nah, I'll let you go ahead and get your beauty rest.
Bet.
According to MP's social media feed, the team's plane was stuck on the tarmac for 6 hours due to inclement weather, and apparently they only checked into their hotel early this morning, so it'll be very interesting to see how they perform after a night of little to no sleep.
Hey, ready, MP?
Coming up next, the Heat taking on the Bulls. For the Miami Heat, this team is playing winning basketball, victorious in 7 of their last 10 games. Bulls, Heat, coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Don't you know I'm loco?
And welcome to... Looking now at some numbers for MP.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. MP is out there with James Harden. Then there's Isaac Okoro. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Williams in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Heat, Adebayo and Ware together inside. Grayson Allen is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Powell in at the 3. When it comes to this time of the season, Grant, what are teams most focused on?
Well, B.A., it's getting the defense in order. That's a priority. An offensive system can take some time to perfect, but a team has to sort out its defensive identity early.
And a few games ago, we talked about MP's desire to be seen as a highly competitive team on the road this season. This is MP's mantra right now.
Judging off of the last few contests, it's mission accomplished so far in terms of MP executing his goal for his group on the road. The travel doesn't seem to be affecting them at all. This team has looked refreshed and committed every time they step onto an enemy court. Now, we just have to see if they can keep it up as the season goes on. This is looking like one fearsome squad right now.
Here's Hero. Chicago making their last shot. And just about a minute into this first quarter. Out to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Fires it. Williams grabs the board. Chicago with the ball. And this group has reached rarefied air with the win streak underway. Now up to 21. Unbelievable.
Few teams in the history of this league have ever put together a streak like this. And you know what I think? It's going to continue beyond tonight.
And Tim, some have said that the hardcore Heat culture doesn't work in today's league.
Well, there certainly is a different mindset in the modern player. And the Heat organization was always known for working players the hardest. But now they have to ease back, but still be tougher than most. Great job by MP there, staying ready, making himself a threat off the ball.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Hero for 3, and he buries his first look.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. And MP with a basket on the assist by Buzelis. MP's got 11 points.
The plan coming in is working. They're perfect 5 for 5 from the floor.
Ooh, Williams with the block. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against Miami got the job done. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
Allen outside. Harden against Hero. Powell for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Chicago passing it around. Here's MP. Uses the glass on the layup. He's got 15.
I just love the ball movement.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Hero outside to halt the run. And the layup is good.
Oh, Hero definitely has some tricks up his sleeve.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Yakachonis has checked it. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. From behind the arc. Knocks down the long J.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
You think of the reputation that Grayson Allen had coming into the league. He's changed the narrative for the better, Tim.
Well, he's still hard-nosed, but it's not necessarily what he's known for anymore. Rather, he's a great 3-and-D option who can occasionally give you that hard foul.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Andre Drummond is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's James Harden. Then it's MP. And it's White in at the shooting guard position. Here's Yakachonis. No points yet. Allen can't get it to go.
Well, protecting the rim, plays like that really bolster your defense.
Williams' shot is good.
Showing a good IQ for the game. MP feeding a guy ready to score.
Hero outside. Pass to Powell. 3-pointer. And again, Miami with a triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And here's MP from outside. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got 9 assists now tonight.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Powell against Williams. Pass to Wolf. 3-pointer. Chicago with a rebound. And they've been winning at a high level this season. most games, not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
MP, a screen on Hero. Harden finds MP. From deep. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
And they're also focusing on their break, looking for any chance they can to push the pace and get out in transition.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number one in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Brian, back to you.
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Alan. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. For Chicago, Mark Williams, he's checked in for Drummond. Buzelis comes in for Williams. And Okoro is subbed in for Harden.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Adebayo feeling it out a bit. Hero for three. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. From deep, MP. Rebound by the Heat. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
And you know, I mean, they played with great energy all the way through. Just fell a little bit short.
Well, that's a classic example of a tough road loss. If they had been at home with their crowd's energy behind them, things may have turned out differently.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. White against Hero. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets that one. Hero's got 7.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
And so it's Chicago, firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
In the West, Nikola Jokic.
The talent of the Jokers being recognized. Big achievements for the big man from Serbia. He's one of those players that can...
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Chicago Bulls. Thanks for tuning in.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Adebayo and Ware together inside. Tyler Hero is out there with Grayson Allen. And it's Powell in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. All right, Tim, back in 1996, you led the league in three-point percentage. You shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had a green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Pass to Hero. The 3. Chicago with a rebound. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Celtics. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Powell outside. Hero on the wing. Launches a 3. They get it back.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, it's simple math. You've got to limit teams to 1 shot on your defensive end and then give yourself extra possessions when you have the ball.
It's incredible. Harden's ability to read the floor and find the weakness.
Can they get it? And Tyler Hero gets the 3. Hero's got 10.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
MP no good.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Adebayo from long range. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds now. Mr. Incredible. The rebound by Allen. And so it's Allen who brings up the ball for the Heat. Hero outside. Allen outside. Buzelis grabs the board.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
And Williams punches it home.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Pass to Ware. Miami moving it around. Back to Allen. Here's Ware. Williams defending. Banked it in off the glass. 15 points in the game.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Here's Williams. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got assist number 5 here tonight. Allen inside. Covered by MP. Allen can't get it to go.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
To the inside. Williams' shot is good.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. A minute 29 left in the third quarter. The layup off target. Mr. Incredible. He hits the back iron and sinks it. MP's got 42 in the game.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
Allen, the pass to Adebayo. Now Ware. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's MP. And there's another one for Chicago.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases. He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
To the middle. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by MP. Williams has got 10.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Powell serving the D. Pass to Adebayo. Kicks it to Hero to stop the run. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
Creating spacing. That's his 3rd three-pointer of the night and his 2nd this half.
Okoro right side. Now here's MP. Here's Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's gotten 4 this quarter.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're amazing.
And so it's MP making things happen for Chicago, helping them space the floor. 2 triples in that quarter. 3 for the game. More 2K. For Mitchell. And the Bulls making a change here. On the court for the Bulls. Smith out there with Kobe White. Then it's Williams. Then it's Smith. And it's MP in at the 3. The small forward hits a 3-pointer. MP's got 13 in the second half.
Yeah, very accurate shot by MP. He must have been drilling these since a young age.
Hero with it. Guarded now by Williams. There's a screen by Johnson. Hero for 3. And again, no good by Miami.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
A nice shot by MP.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to MP. Puts up a 3. Connects again from distance. buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
To the paint. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
What a great pass. It was on time and on target.
Now Williams. Back to MP. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pass to Smith. The three. Good. And the assist goes to MP. MP's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Outside Johnson. Hero looking around. Well, Legs, being a GM in the NBA is a tough gig. What's the most important part of the job, in your opinion?
Well, BA, evaluating talent is still the main responsibility of the job. That includes drafting, free agency, even selecting a coach. But then it's about building relationships, establishing communication, and culture.
Ooh, sounds like a lot of qualifications that you have.
Well, I'm pretty comfortable right here, if that's okay.
Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Williams for long range. Another three for Chicago.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Bulls.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
And watching that last game, you could see the comfort zone he got into, just filling it up from all of the spots he loves.
Smith outside. Back to MP. Fires the three. Gets the three ball to go. MP's got 57 points.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
And they came in here with some attitude, and they brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
Hero for three. No good. White, the pass to MP. Puts up a deep three. Rebound Miami.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
So no problem for Chicago.
MP, we've all seen the video. You were stuck on the Redway for hours last night, only getting into town in the early morning. But you came away with the win. Talk about it.
Nothing you can do about the weather, right? Yeah, we knew we had to dig a little deeper tonight, and we were able to work together and find another gear when we needed it. Just hope the people in the communities hit by the storm are coming out on the other side okay.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, MP.
Thank you.
Over to you, BA.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. And
best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on.
And you know, for the Thunder.
Let's now go courtside and join Jennifer Quintana.
To be the best, you gotta beat the best, you always say. Tonight you're playing one of the league's best in their own backyard. What's it gonna take to come away with the win?
Jennifer, it's all about communication. If we're talking on defense and paying attention to each other's body language on offense, we're working together as a unit. In a hostile environment, you either win as one or they pick you apart.
Good luck tonight, MP.
Hey, enjoy the game.
Will do, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Jennifer, thanks so much. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. MP out there with Harden. Then it's Isaac Okoro. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Drummond in at the 5. And for the Thunder, at the guard spots, we'll be seeing Gilgeous-Alexander and Wallace. Jalen Williams is out there with Holmgren. And it's Sorber in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And when it comes to MP, he has an objective to motivate his teammates. That's why he made winning on the road a rallying cry.
Well, their success in their road quest just speaks to the power of MP. When he talks, his teammates listen. In fact, everyone listens because they're getting results. That's what matters in this league. They've been unreal on the road.
Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this break, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Back to MP. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Harden. Holmgren wide open. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what D he's faced with. He averages about 31.5 points a game. And here's MP for good. Another from 3.
Well, we expected him to come in firing. It's just another 3-point barrage.
What a phenomenal run it's been for him. Nearing 5th on the list of most triples in a season. For Chicago, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Alex Caruso is checked in for Wallace. Great shooters, boy, can they make or break you down the stretch. Here's the league's top shooters right now. MP is number 1.
He is a finisher, plain and simple. That field goal percentage just absolutely jumps out at you. It borders on astonishing.
Williams with the ball, guarded now by Okoro. And yes, it's good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nets just played phenomenal. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Nice work there, Allie. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Here's SGA. A wide open look here for Caruso. From outside, off the mark. The Bulls leading by 13. Taken away by Williams. And slam dunk by SGA.
An outstanding transition player when Gilgeous Alexander is on the attack. Good luck trying.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
Well, one thing you notice about Tobias Harris, he is a worker, a true professional who just wants to do the best job he can for his team, and we've seen the results over the year.
Smith scanning the floor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 5 now.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Sims inside and stolen by White. He can't get that one. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
We've got Chet Holmgren. Harris is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Topic, and it's Sims in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. And their win streak is now up to an incredible 32 straight games, which puts them 1 game shy of those amazing 1972 Lakers.
Well, I don't say this lightly. This group could very well be one of the best teams I've ever seen. To win this many games in a row is unthinkable. And if I'm in the locker room coaching this group, the one thing I'd be telling my guys is not to get distracted by the record. Stay focused on tonight, just as we have throughout the streak.
There's the 3. A shot by Sims, no good. Bulls leading by 14. Stan Patrick Williams has established himself as a 3-and-D player out in the wing.
Well, look, Kevin, the one thing you know you're going to get out of Patrick Williams every night is a great effort at the defensive end of the floor, and that's a great starting point. So when you put him in a game, you know darn well he's going to help you defensively, not going to make many mistakes offensively, and then it just comes down to how well is he going to shoot the ball.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Smith's got his first basket.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Holmgren outside. Holmgren sets the screen for Harris. No good with the triple. Bulls have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Brooklyn Nets. And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Both teams changing it up here. Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
You look at MP, he's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And, Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForge on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot, guys. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. You see a lot of pick and rolls, but you also, Greg, hear about inverted screen. Can you explain to the viewers what that means?
Yeah, that's where your guard actually is the one setting the pick for the bigger player, and having little guys who are willing to put their body on the line. You think of a Steph Curry, a John Stockton, two of the best to ever do it.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
I mean, length and skill, and Holmgren has a lot of both.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And checking out some numbers for Jalen Williams.
And suddenly,
so it's MP making things happen for the Bulls. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We come back right after this.
And definitely some explosive guys on this list, but there's plenty of time out there for someone to grab this spot. Maybe even
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Chicago Bulls. And that is...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
and the bulk of his damage so far.
And again for three.
Night in and night out, you can count on him to stretch the defense and just open up the floor.
Would you believe he's now tied for fifth most triples in a single season? It's amazing. And a wide open look for SGA. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The three from MP connects again from distance.
Now claiming the mark for hitting the fifth most threes in a season. Wow.
A tremendous And his feet. It's incredible how he can control the game from the perimeter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Bulls leading by 23. And here's MP for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight. Wallace, good. Wallace has got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's MP. And it's good, 2 points.
Well, even though he hasn't been in the league a long time, MP knows exactly where to get his points.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
It's good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Over Harden. And it's SGA missing.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And another one falls.
And he's now in a tie for 4th most games in NBA history with 40 or more.
He is creating a legacy that will be remembered for a long time to come. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving it around. Harden against Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Harden. And that one's good. SGA. 8 points for him.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Mr. Incredible. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. MP against Wallace. Stolen by Harden. Pass to MP. Drops in the layup for 2. MP's got 45 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Wallace outside. Over in the corner, Williams. Holmgren outside. To the paint. And there's SGA on the assist by Holmgren. Holmgren's got 3 assists in the game. The Bulls have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
To the middle, here's Wallace. Banked in off the glass. Wallace has got 8 points.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
And the shot is good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
44 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Williams. To the inside. And stolen by Drummond. Buzelis with the ball. Williams picks him up. The 3 from MP. And yet another basket.
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here is Harden. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Yes, that goes in. Harden's got his 3rd basket of the night.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, that's great decision making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Alex Caruso. Jalen Williams is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Topic in at point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Topic. Pass to Wallace. Fires the three. Rebound by Smith.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two.
Good! Another from three.
This is amazing. That moves him into 4th place alone on the list of most three-pointers in a season.
It's been fantastic to witness. A year like this doesn't happen often. Williams with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Good, that's another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Caruso, the pass to Harris. No good, unable to end this run.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now. Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Pass to Harris. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Wallace. Rebound by the Bulls.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Harris with it. Williams picks him up. Caruso, a screen on Williams. 5 on the clock. Harris misses.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Out to White. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Again, what an avalanche.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. 1:52 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Williams. Here's Harris. And the rejection by Smith.
When Smith is out there, that is what this team needs from him. Rim protection.
And got it. Another basket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Chicago.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for MP.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Holmgren outside. Williams looking around. Pass to Wallace. Drills the three-pointer.
And in nailing the three there, he puts a lid on what's been a huge run by Chicago.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's MP for three. And the Bulls, another three.
taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fan.
When we spoke before the game, you said this is a kind of game you either win as one or you get picked apart. How do you keep it together in a place where so many teams don't?
Our collective hunger. You don't win this kind of game unless everybody wants it. We all wanted this one, Jennifer. We all stuck together and we won. We just gotta keep doing that. I mean,
well done tonight, MP. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kevin, over to you.
Hey, thanks, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Alan LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. See you next time.